In a world that moves fast, there is an unspoken rule. You must know where you're going. You must have a plan. You must be in control. Anything else is suspicious. We live in a culture that worships prediction. We want to know what will happen, when it will happen, and how to prevent anything unexpected from entering our lives. It's as if uncertainty itself has become the enemy. Why is humanity so obsessed with control? From childhood, we're taught that control equals safety, that predictability equals success, that the unknown is a threat, and so we build systems, governments, institutions, routines, designed to eliminate unpredictability. We militarize our reality with rules, hierarchies, and expectations. Someone must always be in charge. Someone must always be going somewhere. Everything must be serious, purposeful, directed. Wandering is not allowed. Stillness is suspicious. Freedom is dangerous. Think about it. If you simply sit in a park with no destination, no phone, no visible purpose, someone might approach you and ask, "Are you okay? Do you need help?" Or worse, "What are you doing here?" Because in a world addicted to control, presence looks like rebellion. We've all met people who live entirely within the boundaries of predictability. People whose thoughts, actions, and reactions feel manufactured, safe and pleasant, but empty. We call them plastic, not because they are bad, but because nothing in them surprises us. There is no spark, no originality, no mystery, and without mystery there is no life. Predictability may feel safe, but it is not inspiring. Now think of the people we call spiritually evolved, Zen masters, philosophers, mystics, poets. They are unpredictable, not because they are chaotic, but because they are free. They don't cling to control. They don't obsess over outcomes. They don't need to know what happens next. Their presence is fluid, alive, responsive. They move like water, not because they lack direction, but because they trust the flow of life more than the illusion of control. And that makes them mysterious, magnetic, unforgettable. Nature itself is unpredictable. A river does not apologize for changing its course. A cloud does not explain why it shifts shape. A bird does not justify why it suddenly turns left instead of right. Only humans feel the need to justify their existence with constant purpose. But what if unpredictability is not a flaw? What if it's a sign of being fully alive? Letting go of control is uncomfortable because it dissolves the ego. It removes the illusion that we can manage life like a project. It forces us to trust something deeper, intuition, presence, awareness, and that level of freedom is terrifying to a society built on rules. But it is also the doorway to authenticity. When you stop trying to control everything, you begin to move from your true self. Your actions become spontaneous. Your thoughts become original. Your presence becomes magnetic. You stop being predictable. You stop being plastic. You start being real. So maybe the real question is not why are we obsessed with control, but something far more intimate. What are we afraid will happen if we let go? Because letting go is not a passive act. It is not laziness or carelessness or surrendering your life to chaos. Letting go is an act of profound trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in life. Trust in the intelligence that moves through everything. We cling to control because we believe that without it, everything will fall apart. But what if that belief is the very thing holding us back? What if the collapse we fear is actually a breakthrough waiting to happen? Freedom is not found in prediction. Prediction is just the mind trying to protect itself from the unknown. But presence, Presence is the courage to stand in the unknown and still breathe deeply. Presence is the willingness to let life surprise you. Presence is the quiet confidence that you can handle whatever comes. Mystery is not the enemy. Mystery is the birthplace of every transformation you've ever had. Every insight, every shift, every moment of clarity came from a place you could not predict. And maybe the most spiritual thing you can do is to wander without a destination, to walk without needing a reason, to exist without offering an explanation, to let your life unfold in ways your mind could never design. Because when you stop gripping so tightly, you create space, space for intuition, space for synchronicity, space for the unexpected beauty that only appears when you're not trying to control the script. Letting go is not losing control. It's realizing you never needed it in the first place. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Why do you think humanity clings so tightly to control and predictability? And what does freedom mean to you? Share your reflections in the comments. Your perspective might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today.